Our criminal justice system in New Orleans, accusing the DA of not prosecuting cases in a timely manner, and even the judges who handle a high number of judge trial and render not guilty verdicts.
Well, that comes just days after WDSU investigates that exact topic. WDSU investigator Travers Mackel has more on how this escape will lead to a closer examination of some judges by the Supreme Court. Travers.
Governor Jeff Landry ordering the state's high court to look at judges across the state,
including reviewing the number of judge trials and acquittal rates in criminal courts.
That announcement by Landry comes after WDSU investigates exposed an issue in New Orleans, one judge handling a large number of judge trials.
Criminal defense attorneys are very knowledgeable about the mindset of the judges.
And Orleans Parish Judge Nandy Campbell seems to be in the governor's sights. She's been on the bench for almost 5 years. A former criminal defense lawyer, she was elected on a progressive platform. And as WDSU Investigates first reported earlier this month, Campbell has handled a large number of judge trials over the last 3 years. 48, with 38 of those trials ending in not guilty verdicts.
I took a look at crimes of violence. So these are going to be felony crimes of violence. Her acquittal rate on felony crimes of violence was 93%.
Like this one, where a man was accused of bringing contraband into the jail and caught on video doing it, found not guilty by Campbell. Campbell handled by far the most judge trials at criminal court, some of her colleagues performing only 2 or 3.
There should be an automatic review of any judge that has a disproportionate number of acquittals, as we have seen here in Orleans Parish. Judges with cases of clear evidence of guilt, but resulting in acquittals, should be scrutinized.
After the jailbreak at OJC, the governor criticizing judges who handle a high number of judge trials and their not guilty rates.
A judge trial is when a criminal defendant waives their right to go before a jury and lets a judge make the ultimate decision. Perfectly legal in Louisiana, but now Jeff Landry wants the process reviewed. Reporting in New Orleans, I'm Travers Mackel. Let's send it back to you all.